All I got over, I think, 38 books from that event. I was kind of hoping I would get more Stephen King books, but they're not available. So I only got one and some other fiction. And by the way, these are some of my books from MIBF 2016 and from the past years that I bought. So there's a lot of business books in here because I write for a living and I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, let's start with the first category, which is fiction books. So this one is a short story by James Patterson, which is Breakpoint. I really have no idea what this book is all about. Plus this one, Private Sydney. It's supposed to be a good one, but some people don't like James Patterson. Personally, I like his style. I like the short chapters. Next one is Green Mile by Stephen King. I personally think he's one of the best writers right now, and he really produced amazingly good work, and he writes fast. The next one is Bear Grylls Burning Angels. So I got this thinking that it was a biography, and I didn't read it, but it happens that it is a fiction. So yeah. Okay, the next one is another one by James Patterson, which is Private Vegas. Private Vegas. And the last fiction that I got is by Lee Child, Worth Dying For, which is part of Jack Reacher series. So hopefully it's a good one. And let's go to the next category. The next category is business, and these are the books that I got. First one is The Future by Al Gore, 6 Drivers of Global Change. I think this is about improving the world through best business practices. The next one is Unshakable by Tony Robbins. So I've been listening to Tony Robbins since I think I was in high school, listening to his motivational videos. And this one is about personal finance. Okay, the next one is Drucker and Me. And Drucker is a management guru who is responsible for millions and millions of books about management, sold about management. This one is The Real Life MBA by Jack Welch. I have no idea who it is, but I hope it's a good one too. Next one is Top Grading by Bradford Smart. This one is about hiring the right people for the job. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are a businessman, negosyante ka, mag-hire ka ng tamang tao. So this is the book for your top grading. The next one is The Innovators, which is about Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and other people who really contributed in the growth of our different industries in the world. Next one is Trump, The Art of the Deal. So I'm not a fan of President Trump, but there's a lot of reviews in here and I think it's a good one. Next is The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf W. So the next category is personal development, which I only got 2 books. First one is Get Some Headspace. 10 minutes can make all the difference. I think this is for people who are always frantic and have anxiety like me. And the next one is Creativity. I think this have some exercises and things to do to enhance creativity. So the next category is where I got half of my books, which is biography and history. So I've never really been a fan of. So I've never really been a fan of biography, autobiography, history books, but I like to change that because it's great to learn from people who already made it. So you can learn from their success, and you can learn from their failures as well. First one is Elton John. Next one is Tom Jones. Then Bob Dylan. So these are artists and musicians and actors. The Rolling Stones, the band. Then I also have Cristiano Ronaldo and Jimi Hendrix, one of the best guitarists of all time. And I Was by Steve Wozniak. If you don't know Steve Wozniak, he's the co-founder of Apple Computers with Steve Jobs. And also got Darwin's Armada, which is, I think, the history of coming up with a theory of evolution. And I also have Brunel, the man who built the world. I think he's one of the first engineers who built tunnels and stuff. So it's gonna be great. And then, and I also have Thomas Jefferson. Then Carlos Santana. I actually don't know who he is, but he seems familiar, so I bought the book. And then, of course, Reagan, history of his life, biography, and this one is my current reading, The True Lives of My Chemical Romance. So if you're a millennial, then you probably grew up listening to these guys. It's an awesome book. I'm kind of halfway there. So yeah. And Seabiscuit and Seabiscuit, G-Man and Racehorse by Laura Hillenbrand. She's the author of Unbroken, which is a really good book, one of my favorite books of all time. So I think this is gonna be a good one as well. And let's move on to the other categories. So I love motorcycles and I ride a lot, at least twice or thrice a week for fun. I have two motorcycles, and I think about motorcycles like 70% of the time. So this is like the history of MotoGP with Valentino Rossi and stuff. And this one is Shakespeare, The Complete Works. I have no idea why I bought this. Maybe I just want to look smart. And I also got Pope Francis, The Year of Mercy. And then this one, The Secret History of Balls. You know, all like balls, so I bought it. And this one is another directory pictures and of the past motorcycles used by the military. And the last one is Magical Django by Johanna Basford. This is a coloring book which I will probably never use, but still bought. Okay, so those are all the books that I got from the BigBadWolf event. A total of 38 books, and the costs of all these books are around more or less 10,000 pesos. So I don't think you have to spend that much for books, but if you really like reading and learning new things, I think this is, I think what you spend on those books are really worth the price, especially at these discounts. So if you like to request any book review or any more videos, just comment on the video below, and I'll see you in the next video.